Greetings, magical souls. Today's little video is unusual in that I'm going to share a little snippet with you from a hypnosis session that I had a couple of years ago. I thought that I was going to be riding dragons or meeting dragons, and imagine my surprise when this blue plasma type being was sitting behind me in the session and explaining where I came from and the animals. And there was also a heart activation in the session, a heart opening. They mentioned some things about the dragons and my connection to the dragons. But what I've done is I've just done like a little 3-minute clip. And after you've listened to the clip, I will share with you why I wanted to share this as part of the 30 days. So the sound quality on the clip is not that great because when you're under hypnosis, you talk very, very softly, and I have got it as loud as it can go. So you may have to turn the volume up for this little 3-minute clip that I've kind of put together. I've tried to just cut out the repetition and the things that aren't important.
Starts to open, that the light does start to emit, and so slowly. It is why some of the suffering is very easy to shut down, and one can shut themselves off, but the animals cause one to open up, but you have to open up to their pain and their suffering. So it is not your own suffering. So the animals have been pivotal because they have allowed this spark of pink energy to come out, because it is not the being's pain themselves, but they have had to. There is no way for them to shut their hearts off from the suffering of the purest, most innocent beings, and that has allowed the light to come out. So the animals have been working with these pink beings so that the light can start to emit out, because the beings had to shut themselves off from all the pain. But the animals were almost like their, I guess you could liken it to a kryptonite, where the animals almost forced that opening. These beings incarnate as many animals. It is the purpose to be in homes, but also in the wild, because it is how they've been able to spread the light. The animals are always connected through their heart center, so whether they are wild or whether they are domesticated, they are always able to leave a little bit of this light on the planet, and they have been doing this for eons. But the little bits that they have been leaving have been extinguished through all the violence, the torture, the suffering. It is the antithesis of what our light is. And it is only now that this light is fully able to start opening up. But we knew when we had sent so many souls here as humans, it wasn't working. And so we had many choose to incarnate as animals in order to plant the seeds and to work then with the humans, because we had aspects of ourselves on this planet, and we could see that by observing other humans and their love for the animals on Earth, that perhaps this was a way to re-establish that heart connection and to keep the humans' hearts open. as when they were doing it, interacting with other humans, it would remain shut down.
Essentially, what happened in that session was I came to understand that the sort of time space that I'm from, what this being explained to me, is that he said, when we had started to observe the connection between a lot of humans and animals, it was then that instead of just coming down in human form, all these beings from many, many places started to come down as humans and animals. And initially it was in the same households and that kind of thing, because there was this where they were coming down as just humans, the ego was getting in the way, they were becoming very hardened, and they themselves would often succumb to darkness and things like that. But what the animals did is, when they were in relationship with the animals, and then if there were multiples of them in one household with multiple animals, the animals just allowed that the little door of the heartway to be kept open. And so the light was never truly extinguished as what had been happening in the past. At least that's the way I understood it. But the reason that I share this now is because we are really awakening at this time to the fact that we are multidimensional beings. And I know that there are a lot of people out there at the moment that are focused on like, when's it going to be this alien disclosure, or UFOs or UAPs or whatever you're calling them. But I have always felt like the greatest disclosure of all is for people to be discovering that they are actually the so-called aliens. And so I thought by sharing this, the energy in that session, and that's why I actually shared a portion of the session, not just telling you the story, is that sharing of that energy may just spark a kind of remembrance of your multidimensional self. And of course, the bigger message here with everything that the world's going through at the moment is that because we are these vast multidimensional beings, we are pure source, we are pure love, just in human form. There is nothing that we are not really capable of. And so there was really that message of love and beauty and joy and hope as well. Now, the other thing that I wanted to share, because I've been doing a little bit of deep inner work the past sort of 2 weeks, and the second message that I wanted to leave you with here today is, aside from the fact that the animals, I've got two sayings. I've always said the animals are the bridge to New Earth, because they have never forgotten that they are this unconditional love, which essentially is what we all are. Even those that are playing the role of the dark at the moment, they are also that. And secondly, that animals are souls just like us. They're just in different suits. And so sharing this message with you really drives that home on a new level, because the little creatures that you share your homes with are really helping you to not fully extinguish your light. And we've all really come here to seed our light and to be our light. We are here basically just to emanate our soul frequency that has, without the masks, without the programs, without the distortions. That's really what we're all here to do. But the second thing is that even the animals in the wild, I want you to just think about this. It's just going slightly deeper. But the animals that are in the wild and the animals that you share your home with, and that might even be in your friends' homes or even on the other side of the planet, in this animal form, maybe, just maybe, members of your star family. And I love that. I just think it's utterly magical, really. And I will link the video below in case you've been watching some of the 30 days but not catching all the videos. But I will link the video to the animal messages that I shared the other day. If you haven't watched that, I encourage you to go and watch it if you're an animal lover. But it even extends out. What this one dog showed me was that it actually extends out even into the trees and the plants. So we're actually all here, human, animal, and plant, and Gaia herself, all working towards the same thing, and that is to restore heaven on earth. So I hope you've enjoyed this little slightly unusual video today. And for anybody out there that you may know that doesn't see animals the way I see them, and possibly anyone watching this channel sees the animals, please feel free to spread the word that the little companion in their home, or the cow that they've got in their barn, or the owl that crossed their path the other night, whatever it is, I invite you to share this message far and wide to those people. That what if that was somebody in their star family? What if that cow is part of their star family, the owl that crossed their path, the animal in their home, the animal that they just love, that is a friend's animal that they just feel such a deep connection with. There is much magic on this earth, and we don't even know the half of it. So with that, I will close off this message today. See you tomorrow, here, just us, together. Thank you.